We have to live up and surpass the red cat. We must be better than a red cat. We must be a red cat nonetheless. We have to summon exploding mushrooms. That's the whole point. I'm also kind of curious if increasing their damage works on their death effect. Because whenever we, like, improve minion damage, it says 11. Sorry, 1. 1 minion damage. That's the number that goes up. And if we have the red mushroom, it's 9 fire damage to adjacent units on death. Can we make that number go up? I don't think we can. You forgot to buy Guinness for your Guinness cake? Not gonna be a very Guinnessy cake at this rate. Maybe... Reroll. Eye of Tamtu. That's for dragons, right? Dragon spells, 33% minion health. Chaos spells, 33% damage. Eye spells, 33% duration. Aesthetic Oculus. Fire Frenzy Mask. Fire Frenzy might be nice. Double mana potion could also be pretty helpful. The spawner is for weenies, which is nice. I think I might want Flame Burst with Bright Flame as our fire immune solution. What can we do to make our explosive mush boomers better? They're not living, so we can't do, like, restless minions, unless we get troll blood, in which case we could pivot a little bit. Searing Seal's nice support for them, but not going to make them any better. Holy Armor is obviously nice for us, but we can't put it on all those mushrooms. We could go with Iron Eyes, right? Iron Eyes is good. Where are you, Iron Eyes? Did I pass you already? Oh, there you are. And become metallic. The additional resists an additional unit tag, making them metallic. I really think that might be the key. Yeah, go with permanent duration. Problem is, like, they die instantly. Is an on-death fire thing able to unfreeze? Yes. We could try and do some steam anima stuff. Blue, what's going on? I've gotten my first win. Now I haven't won yet. Oh, you'll get there. Today is not the kind of day where you're gonna be like, oh, this is a powerful run, we're gonna learn a lot. Like, we're just trying to make a bad spell into a good spell. Like, we had a pretty nice one on, what was it, Thursday, I think? On Thursday, we had a pretty decent Mush Boom run built around equipment. Like, that was a lucky run because we found equipment that made it work. Fireball's great. Fireball, you can easily beat the game with Fireball as a focus. The upgrades for it are good. Chaos Ball is tremendously adaptable. Shape Blast is strong. Meteor, Ash Ball, all the upgrades are good. for Fireball. There's a lot of fun ways you can incorporate it, including, I believe, Eye of Fire, cast your Immolate, right? Yeah. So if you have Eye of Fire doing Immolate, you could do permanent duration on Immolate. You could take White Flame on Melt to have it automatically cast Melt on anyone that gets hit by your Immolate via your Eye of Fire, so it's just completely passive, doing the work for you. And then you take Rain of Fire, and that's going to cast your Fireball hundreds of times, and you could have it either cast Annihilate, summon like dragons when it happens, or cast your Lightning Bolts. Fireball is great. Mush Booms, on the other hand, that's what we're focusing on. Toxic Spores summons 2 Mush Booms. Mush Booms are super squishy. At 11 health, they die fast. The only nice thing is they do poison. But we're doing red Mush Booms. 11 HP, immune to fire and poison, but like most things will kill them fast. Desync has gotten worse. God, really? I'm gonna have to like do some Google foo on whether or not we can ever alleviate this issue. But it was frustrating. It's only happening from my voice. I don't know why. Here's a clap for you. The fact that it happens over time is what makes it frustrating. But yes, the red mush boom. We're trying to like shore up our red mush booms a little bit. We want them to feature prominently. Much worse. It's weird. Weird and annoying. I wonder. This has whatever delays we built in to account for drift from last time. And here's a clap. But yeah, that's the struggle. Like, the struggle for us right now is the simple fact that mush booms die instantly. Like, they just die right away. They don't really have time to do the things they need to do. So this one has whatever, like, settings we had last time, whatever desyncs we did. But the problem is, like, in order to fix this, we need to find the source of the drift, and the fact that it changes over time makes that hard. Like, I can't simply add a delay because the delay changes. Like, we need to figure out why it's changing and address that directly. For all I know, it's not even happening in the microphone. It's like happening in the video. So those are the frustrations. hard to troubleshoot this stuff. Nature Lord, I think, will help a good amount. It'll basically double their health and more than double their damage. I feel like Nature Lord is pretty much mandatory for what we're doing. And maybe shielded minions, that way they can tank a hit. But they're going to be super weak in the early game. Could be a driver issue with your microphone? No. Like, if I were streaming from this computer, the one in front of me, there would be no audio desync, right? Zero audio desync. The only reason we're experiencing this is that we're taking the video, the desktop audio, and the microphone audio, and those are being piped over as 3 sources to a laptop that is then streaming. And the issues there could be device timing differing, network timing differing, like network traffic on the local network could happen, or like the computer, the CPU on the laptop maybe like getting close to 100%, which causes a little delay in the processing. Like, any of those things could account for audio delay in this kind of situation. There's like a lot of variables, and they're all basically in the ether of the network. That's the annoying part. So like settings, it's probably a setting we need to figure out. There's a bunch of little buttons for like where it's getting its source timing on and all that. What power plan do you have a laptop on? It is plugged in. It's on plugged in power plan. Oh yeah, is it chipmunk chewing your microphone wire? All kinds of things. I take fan of flames instead this time. I still like melts, but we got to get to white flame on there. That was good timing for me to wake up. Good morning, Cthulhu. Like the laptop is wired to Ethernet on the same network switch as my computer. Like, if you're curious about all of this fun stuff, you want to do some Google searches on, like, OBS NDI audio drift. And that's where you'll start finding information that we'll have to rely on for solving this problem. Was a Sorcerer's Curse covered? It could be Sorcerer's Curse. Seen other streamers having issues with drift. Might be Twitch bullshit. All kinds of like potential issues. How resistant? 75%. We're really struggling with is the theme the point? Because it'd be nice to take a power that is not what we're currently using. You know what? I know what I want. I already said I want Flame Burst, and I do in fact want Flame Burst. Taking that next. We'll stay in the fire department for now. The theme today is Red Cap. We want to, like, use fire mushrooms and blow our enemies up. Ba-da-ba, ya-da-da-da-da-da. Twitch has a player? I just watch him browsing. Fire Frenzy Mask seems nice. Yeah. Honestly, I would really like to see equipment that interacts with mushrooms. Like we have, you know, Imp Maker, we have the Blast Maker rather. There's the Druid staff. There's a lot of staffs that make minions. And I think one would be nice for Toxic Spore. I would really like to see one that, like, when you kill an enemy, have a little mushroom pop up. Because I feel like they are super underpowered compared to most enemies that you could spawn with equipment. Like Spriggans, they're relatively weak, but because of their die, become a twig, and come back effects, it makes them super overpowered when you can turn anyone into one of those. Whereas mushrooms, I feel like, are perfectly balanced for this. You kill an enemy, a little mushroom pops out who will die super fast, but he does poison. That's like a nice support staff. I want to see like a Fruiting Bodies staff or something like that. What's going on, Mr. Dumb? Let's re-roll. You're winning, son, for now. We're totally going here. Oh, Flame Burst, how I love you. Yeah, we can't bum rush the mushboom. It's just way underpowered for the fights we are getting into. Memory staff. Memory staff is always good. Gotta love memory staff. Helma Hexes. No, we said we're gonna be red cap. We're not gonna pivot into normal poison mushrooms. We've already done that. It was a good run. Just ate some roast chicken and carrots. Nice. Very nice. Yeah, I think I'll just take a memory staff. It's good stuff. Perhaps too good. One more step. But also, I kind of feel like mushrooms being a 2-cost spell, like they're appropriately powered, like they kind of suck a little bit, and like that's okay for a 2-cost. I think what I want to see the upgrades for them make them worthwhile. I feel like that's like a critical component of Rift Wizard. It's like a cantrip is supposed to be able to carry you for the first X realms, and they do. And then you have upgrades. Some of them are cheaper, some of them more expensive. And like a pricey upgrade on them paired with skills, you could win the entire run using Fireball or Lightning Bolt or Magic Missile. It can be challenging, but you can totally do it. And I don't think that's the case with Mushboom yet, but we haven't gotten far enough yet because I keep on trying to just use Mushboom. And they cannot carry the run like a normal cantrip for the first so many floors. I mean, I did say I want fire shields. Are we getting any resistance from my mask? No. But a flame maw, I don't want to deal with that. I could take Bright Flame right away, and then we can solve the problem of fire-resistant enemies. Let's re-roll for now. Still looking for nice stuff. And by nice stuff, apparently I just meant a heart. Cool! Thanks for swapping with me. Alright, let's take Bright Flame. That way we're doing holy damage instead. Which I'm into. And that also kind of helps with our Mushbooms. We could pop that off. It's a nice way to heal our minions. Well, la-di-da, aren't we healthy? There we go. Having some good spells to keep us alive while we try to harvest our mushrooms, I think that's the key. That's the critical component. Very good. Infernal Hellhound. And again, if I see any mushroom stuff, I'll just take mushroom stuff. Sorcery gear, mystic gear, reroll. We're on what? 5? We're gonna start seeing shrines now. A miniaturization shrine is always appreciated. Now, explosive spore manual. That does pair well with our mushrooms. Even if we're not doing poison, which we are not. Like, we're going just for fire. We could still take advantage of it. Like, we could still grab a number of things that will proc with it. 9 physical damage. How physical resistant are our mushrooms once we make them fire mushrooms? No physical resistance whatsoever. So probably don't want to take that. Earth Wrath will just kill our own mushrooms, then we get blown up, which ain't great. But minion, and by minion I mean natural healing, we could heal them for 5 every turn. I don't know. I love Explosive Spore Manual. Perhaps too much. Don't need tomes. These are not mushroom pets. Man, I can still just take it as a thing that we have. If we end up using it, we use it. Out of these 3 floors, this is the one that has the prizes that I don't immediately, like, no, I don't want it. There we go. Remove those spawners. Tank a few hits so I can get a nice cluster. What a good spell. The game's like, look at these mushrooms. Aren't you supposed to have those? I know, game. I'm getting there. Give me time. Come here, you. All right. If your most recently cast spell is exactly 1 level lower, cast a random known cantrip at 1 random enemy in line of sight. Do we want to try? Like, Toxic Spores is a 2-drop, so we could do 1, 2, and then for 3 we have Flame Gate, Curse. Nah. That really changes the... Oh, miniaturization shrine. All right. Changes everything. I don't want to try and do math. I mean, we have no choice. We have to go to the miniaturization shrine. Even though the Flamen Weaver is here. We're not doing enchantments. Oh yeah, that's right. That'll keep our Fire Frenzy maxed out forever. Which is pretty sweet. One shield, 1 shield. Little ghost box, I really hate you right now. Man, I'm just kind of like stuck in here at the moment, aren't I? 14 health. 2, 4, 6. I'm gonna take 8 damage on the walk over to where I'm going. It's a bummer. 2 shields. There is no heart here, but we're getting a mana potion. Sorry, a health potion. Queens, what's going on? I just want to deal with the problem. 9 Kings, isn't that game great? I've really been enjoying Nine Kings. Keeps my fireball doing 21 damage. Fire Frenzy Mask with Explosive Spore Manual is a great combo. Spore card's broken strong. The new King of Time is broken strong. I really like the King of Time. They also had a mini update like yesterday, I want to say. Let's do a mini memory staff. That way we can get a new wand, because there's a lot of good ones out there. I do want to do a Gloomthorn run soon. Playing as the king of nothing if you're launching boulders, I assume. Just a kobold camp, huh? Let's pop a portal key now that we have a miniaturized wand. Mystic stuff, spells. Frostfire. Oh. Alright, Frostfire is going to be pretty nice. I do believe I'm going to take the Frostfire route. And I want to take it early. Are there any spawners for these horrible... No, it's just Breath Stealers? In that case, I'm going to start right here. And just immediately remove most of my problems. Poopies. Electric worm balls. What a bummer. I do want to get that. Are you shielded on your... Oh, God. What a bummer. 7 damage on the leap. They're on cooldown right now, so I'm just gonna go straight here, get Frostfire, heal myself immediately. I hate them so much. Horrible. I have 8 spell points, though. I think we're gonna go ahead and take, Blink. I'm glad that Lightning Form got Translocation added to it. Because these worm balls are a problem. Like, look at that! That is hogwash. That is so much damage. Get out of here. Alright, these worms are a problem. Like, pick a lane. Are you going to start with shields, or are you going to have a wildly busted leap attack that does 7 damage regardless of the size of the worm? Take a little snoozle, Bex. Enjoy your snoozle. Alright, we are able to move. We have a solution to being surrounded. We have a relatively weak cantrip that gets charged up to 21 damage thanks to our Fire Frenzy Mask, paired with Explosive Spore Manual. I think we can now take Toxic Spores and Red Mushrooms. And now we want to try and really crank these bad boys up. They're Fire, Nature, Conjuration. If we could find, like, Jar of Quicksilver, Jar of Ectoplasm, both of those would be pretty nice. More health would be appreciated, but I'm gonna re-roll because I'm a fool. A Floor of All Immortal stuff. Which makes them resistant to... Oh my god. And a Floor of Immortal things is not great for us. Huh. Cultist Staff. I do like Cultist Staff. An Icy Orb, an Icy Cruciform, both of those, obviously, as the name implies, gonna help you with ice stuff. Blizzard Beacon also. An Enchanting Lens. We're not going to a floor. Oh god. I have a bunch of stuff that's immune to fire and holy. Quicksilver and Inferno engines would go hard. Yeah. I feel like we're just gonna start in a dangerous position, but we're gonna blow up immediately. Took 22, huh? Go, my mush boom children. Cultist Staff, I guess. Nice. As we are building around equipment, but like that's part of the fun. I really do appreciate the new synergies you can find with equipment. That has been a very welcome change to Rift Wizard 2. I don't think I'm gonna re-roll. I think we're just gonna take a heart, take a healing potion, and take a portal key. But like, seeing the synergies of Robe of Frostfire, Fire Frenzy Mask, and Explosive Spore Manual, excellent. Like, what a nice little trio we have here. Every turn, I am casting a fire spell, which means my Fire Frenzy goes up to max. We automatically are shooting out ice and fire beams. It's real good stuff. There's a lot of skills I want. Alright, let's just go here. Not gonna reroll. There's a floor that I like. Whenever an ally deals damage, it heals for that much. Half that much. And just one horrible spider that's immune. But not to fire, so that's okay. Go, my Mushboom army. Yes. Yeah, I think once we get like Nature Lord and a few support skills, like we could use Flame Burst to make some space, and then we can crank out a whole bunch of them. And once we have a certain critical mass, we can also do some enchantments that will hit all of them. There is one skill I think we will probably want to invest in, though. Unless I find a new wand soon. Because I am just slowly draining my own health. Silver melts. For every 60 damage dealt to enemies with fire spells, cast Mercurize. Okay. That could be good. Pyrostatic Curse does have an upgrade that we might want to consider as well. Whenever you cast another... Oh, it's Chaos, right. Savage Leap. I'm trying to remember if Savage Leap is living minions or also affects nature. Let's do nature. Savage Leap. Invoke Savagery. Each living ally. That's the problem. Our toxic spore buddies are fire and nature. They are not actually living. If we find the right jar, though, jar of troll blood would make them living. That sucks. Yeah. Like, I do think that toxic spores is a spell that could use just a little TLC. Like, is red mushrooms really worth 5 spell points? Glass mushrooms, are they worth 6 spell points? I don't know. More testing needed. But silver melt might be worth it. Removing fire resistance is also good. Yeah. How horrible would this be? Pretty horrible, I think. But that silver melt would be very good. Toxic Spore is one of the spells in the game. Yes. I really do want silver melt. Mercurize would be a fun thing to have flying off automatically. But this floor would be, it would just be horrible for us. We haven't re-rolled, right? Let's portal key. I am still interested in a wand, though. Okay. Re-roll. And for folks like Blue who are still learning the game, one piece of advice that I try to live by but often forget because my brain is a sieve is like, I have 8 spell points. Don't spend those until after you're done choosing your floor. Like, once we've settled on where we're going, that's when I will spend them. Because you never know if you're gonna find, like, oh, here's just a free copy of a thing you want. The number of times I have bought a skill and then found that skill on the next floor, too many. Too many! Is there seriously no? Okay, there's one ruby heart we can go for. So there's hourglasses we don't need. None of these are mushrooms. Spells I don't particularly want. A wand that I don't think I want. Whenever you cast a holy spell, deal fire and lightning damage to it. So we do have flame bursts, but doesn't really work with that one. And we already have a piece of equipment that I like for my chest slot, so I think we're going here. And now I'll spend my skill. Nature Lord. This will give my mushrooms double the health and more than double the damage. Big buff to these little guys. Look at that. 12 damage for their fire attack and 21 health. So much better. Somewhat resistant to fire. Because everyone's made of metal. Metal. Let's start over here. A lot of health. A lot of health. Look at that. They can actually, like, last for a couple of turns now. They don't immediately die. I think shielded minions would also be pretty nice. Let's try and get down to their spawner quick. Up. Up. Out of curiosity, I had never seen the Reacher movies, but I rather enjoy the television show. It is serious, like, dad-core TV show energy, but that's okay. Sometimes I just want to watch a show about a giant slab of sentient meat, like, punching bad guys. Wow, the show is so much better than the movies. God damn. I don't know what they were thinking, like, casting Tom Cruise. That is a waifish little man. And when you watch the TV show, which has a guy whose name I'm forgetting, something Richardson? Richardson? What's his name? That dude is just like a living mountain. He totally embodies that, like, whole character. Alan Richardson. Reacher. Been watching Invincible. I've only seen, I think, the first 2 seasons. I really need to catch up on that at some point. But I did enjoy the first 2 seasons. Rip Tornerson. Not a literal slab of meat. I don't know, Taco. If you do like you go into like Discord and you click the little GIF button and you type in Reacher, most of the GIFs you'll find are of this massive living muscle just taking his shirt off. He is bulky. There's a skill that heals you. Oh yes! Zweinhalb, we've done a spellless run before, where we took no spells, we just had Explosive Spore Manual and we just automated the run. It is good stuff. And that's not all. Like, yes, Houndlord is great comboed with it, and Natural Healing is great, but I also encourage you to take Earthwrath. Earthwrath is excellent paired with it. But because we're trying to do a run focused around explosive little mushroom boys, mushbooms, we don't want to take it because it does hurt our minions. Those 9 physical damage tremors that shoot out will hit our little boys. But a lot of spells that pair with it. There's Earthwrath, Life Spark, Lantern, Natural Healing. In the fire department, Melting Armor if you also take Searing Heat, because it is also a fire spell. Excellent stuff. Oh, and don't forget Void Flame Lantern. Void Flame Lantern is also very good with it. Fair. He's not a literal pile of sentient meat. How they're not buried in cease and desist is beyond me. The books are not high art. Are you talking about the Reacher books, or are you talking about Invincible? Why would they be buried in cease and desists? Are they using a lot of, like, music they don't have the rights for or something? Another portal cube would be nice, but I think I like winged shoes. The Reach Reflex, alright. I hate immortal gremlins. Maybe I'll just take that portal key. Alright, all the spawners are in a little arc on the top of the level here. That's pretty good. Alright. Start making a wall of mushrooms for our opponents to fight. They have a big slab of meat invested in the success. Like I said, not like the best television you could watch, but if you're just looking for like a big man punch bad guy, it's pretty good stuff. I refer to it as like dad-core televisions, the kind of thing like you find your dad watching late at night on TV. I hear they're fine enough, right? Alright, our mushrooms are doing alright now. Good work, team. Life Spark Lantern, obviously we're just going over that. If we have our Explosive Sport Manual, Life Spark Lantern just goes off for free every round. But do we want a bunch of little fireflies floating around us? We have 9 spell points. Like, we've gotten to a point where the mushrooms feel good. And now I think we just want to focus on continuing to make them feel good. We can do Scent of Blood, but that makes dogs show up. We just want mushrooms. Like, as far as my summons are concerned, I just want mushrooms. I don't want dogs. I don't want fireflies. I want mushrooms. Only fungus. Maybe we should do an Egregore run at some point. Like, we've used him before, but having a run built around him might be fun. Just take all those spells and see what he does with it. We could make our mushrooms heal constantly through Pyrophilia. I gave a Jim Thompson crime novel. We got a Lee Child pile of trash back. Excuse me. We could make our poison mushroom, sorry, our fire mushrooms poison mushrooms once more. That could be nice. I don't want any I don't want toads. Don't want spiders. But poison is a whole tree we could explore. Archconjurer would get us some more minion damage and minion health. I definitely want Hordemancer, but... oh man. Having them wear my Robe of Frostfire would be excellent. That would be pretty good. Alright, let's look around first. As always, do not spend your spell points until after you've chosen the floor you're going to. Ghost Fire. Dark damage and fire damage in the same turn. Like, that could be fun. They're not doing dark right now. If we can find the appropriate hat, we can make that happen, though. Let's pop a portal key. Do, 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 do. Reroll them all. First up, skills I don't want. A ruby heart. A jar of quicksilver, on the other hand, that is desirable. That is quite desirable. A ruby heart, a ruby heart, it's jar quicksilver. We're gonna have to deal with, oh god, slimy stuff. Alright, if there's slimy stuff, we are going to take Prince of Ruin right away. Oh, and then Inferno Engines would be pretty nice once we have the jar. God, they're all dancing blade spawners. Let's try and take out the spawners quick. Link. All right. I could feel something good coming together here. All right. First summon, no luck. Second summon, no luck. No luck. Each non-metallic ally you summon has a 1 in 3 chance to be metallic. Fire, nature, conjuration. Nature, fire. How many rolls can I fail in a row? There, 1. 2, 3. All right, we're starting to see them. Oh, both of them. That's good. Initialed. All right, for comparison's sake, we have a normal mushroom, completely immune to fire, completely immune to poison, weak to ice. A metallic red mushroom, totally immune to fire, poison, and then 75% for lightning and ice, and 50% on physical. And then it has weakness to arcane is its new weakness. You're talking about and then it segued perfectly into the music that was starting to play. Fire Lord, hello. See, that's what I'm talking about. That's a nice sense of value right there. Well, let's take a second to appreciate what we're getting ourselves into. Infernal red caps, Immortal Bloodhounds, Chaos Knights, Blood Slimes, Ghostly Masses, Glass Golem Lich Spawner. So identify the spawner first, because that's what we want to blow up sooner rather than later. So we'll start near the Fire Lord. Probably on the Fire Lord. Now that we're getting some metal friends. Inferno engines would be a lot of fun. And Fiery Judgment would also be quite good. So let's do Fiery Judgment first. I could take Void Flame Lantern, but I really just want stuff that's gonna, like, help my buddies out. If I add this, I think we get them to... It's another 25%, right? So it would be completely immune to lightning, completely immune to ice, and almost immune to physical. That's not too bad. Natural Vigor would be pretty good if we hit the Jar of Quicksilver more often. Don't really need Melting Armor because we're not doing physical damage. But we could. We could be doing physical damage. We can make our Fireball a physical damage spell. Fire Lord will give us a nice boost in damage and radius. Yeah, also helps with the ice weakness too. All metal. Get my little buddies out there. This is a run about them, after all. I think the trick, the real key, is you want like a critical mass of mushbooms. You need a lot of them. So like, Flame Burst just makes perfect sense. You create a nice little empty spot where you can really focus on summoning, and then they're immune to the damage, so you just pop off a couple more times to help support them. Like now, if we wanted to make immortal mushbooms, we could. Our Fireball's up to 38 damage, which is pretty nice. And now we just summon mushrooms forever. Perfect. Flaming Claw, Jar of Troll Blood, Talking Hat, sorcery stuff I don't want. Fiery Flag. Now a flag. A flag is something I want. I want that a lot. Okay. Let's take Horde Mancer. That makes it so we are summoning 3 instead of 2. And then we take a flag. Got that fire tag, so I'll take a fire flag, even though they are also living. Now we summon 4 at a time, baby! Blew myself up a little bit. See, 4 at a time. Now that's good stuff. That's a complete dead end, so we don't want to summon in this direction. I should definitely take armor. Armor will be very funny. Come, my mushroom children. Destroy them. So now I feel like we're cooking. There you go, team. Help y'all out. Roll out. Like, it might be nice to also take, not blink, disperse and give them shields now. It's the boom flood. The mushroom wars have truly started now. In the grimdark future, there's only man and mushroom. You saw, like, that beam come out and hit that. It went around a corner. That is not in my line of sight. Or was that my cultist staff? Yeah, it was the cultist staff that did that. Damn, cultist staff, you scary. Cultist staff is no joke. Ah, the North Pole. Like, we are technically summoning metallic units now. Do I have any keys? No. Reroll. Oh. Nah, I'll just take a heart. But first, I'm gonna take armor, because more things wearing my shirt means more beams of fire and ice damage going out. Quickened Fireworm. That's the one we want to take out right away. Which means gotta get rid of those stupid little jerks. Oh, we did a whole run about the North Pole. If you pop on the YouTube, you'll find it. Exclamation mark YouTube in chat. It was a good run. We turned into a machine gun by the end. It was very funny. Just like that. Sounds like an 80s movie. Yeah. Armor is also going to help them. Like, we'll make them completely immune to ice damage at this rate. Heaven's Vengeance, I don't think we have the right type. Nope, they're not living or holy. Is that a living flag, though? Oh, baby. Alright, Fleshbound False Prophet I can't hurt with my pulsing. They aren't living. So, I know this is confusing, and I do take umbrage with it. But despite the fact that the Mushbooms are not living, the actual text on Living Flag states, nature spells and skills gain one number of summons. Which means it does actually work on toxic spores because they are nature. Like, I understand because I played the game a lot, but I do think this is one of the sticking points for new players. This is a game about information. Like, if you pay attention, you have all the information you need. And if you were playing the game, you're like, okay, toxic spores, they're not living. This chest is useless, but in reality, it's actually referring to nature. I feel like it should be nature lens, nature flag, nature horn, nature claw, nature hourglass, because the school is called nature. It's not called living, it's called nature. So I do think this is something, perhaps it should be changed, just so the terminology is more consistent. There's no special spawner on this one, right? No. Problem is there's quickened stuff. They're very fast. Alright, make a little room for me. Chaos Bell just because. Yeah, like, I'm a person that when we talk about game design, a word I use a lot is clarity. And I typically want things to be as clear as possible. I hate when things are ambiguous. And, like, for all my love of Rift Wizard, there is a lot of ambiguity. But a lot of it can be cleared up just by simply changing a few words. And the game's been getting clearer and clearer and clearer as we go. Like, in the past, there was a lot more ambiguity. It's changed a lot. Having tags added and stuff has really helped. I think the game just gets better and better with time, thankfully. So I do imagine, like, eventually we'll probably see no longer will it be called Nature Flag, it'll be called, sorry, not Living Flag, it'll be called Nature Flag. My favorite Shake the Box concept is game friction, yes. Another thing we talk about often. How to reduce friction. Helps that opportunity drive watching the stream, and that there are, like, I think they're a great developer. Like, they're always thinking about what you could do to improve it. They're always asking questions. They love feedback from the community. Opportunity's just doing a great job. Dude is just good. Just plaster tooltips everywhere. Like, tooltips help. Always in the back of your mind, but now it is name. Nice. Let's take a step out of there. Alright, fast people. There we go. These choke points are not great for my spores. Living flag. Yeah, sheer numbers now. Bang. How much damage you doing a fireball these days? 36? 72 health. I do have 4 healing potions. I will take natural healing, offset my current staff problem. That armorer was amazing. All these mushrooms, like, shooting out beams. Just met a turn 1 death from a death chiller. Death chillers are scary. Of the wizard minions you could run into, they are properly frightening. I've learned to respect the death chiller. Because you can kill a whole bunch of minions and then just die, and you're like, what happened? Oh. If you're in a certain range, the death chiller does damage based on each minion you kill. So, like, weenies suddenly just become scary. That was not what happened. Yep. Reroll. The Annihilator Staff. We're not really doing enough sorcery for me to really worry about it. I think just a ruby heart. There is a lot of immortal stuff, but this time it's not immortal fire stuff, which means this is fine. This is fine. Fleshbound, masked wizard, doesn't matter. Mechanomancer, immortal ice. This is fine. A fine floor. I think I'll do Inferno Engines. That way, if we have Metal Mush Booms, they're doing fire damage and an AoE. Do. What's the worst thing? Void Knights are pretty annoying. Lamasus are pretty annoying. 170 health, 200 strong against Holy. I'll get frozen if I'm down there, unfortunately. No freezing me. What's that? All made of fire? Where's the metal ones at? There we go, got one. It's dead. Go, my children. Mass Wizard, you'll be dead very soon. Except with all that healing going on, jeez. Sandy Fiends are summoning a lot of little buddies. We definitely want to get a new staff. Taking healing has ruined the cultist staff for us. Which ultimately is fine. It'll start working again once something hits me. Oh, curse these choke points. Wide open levels seem to work better for our mush buddies. Oh, all four are made of metal. Perfect. Our fireball doing big hits. Five at a time. Around the corner. We're like a super red cap now. We don't summon one mush boom, we summon 5 at a time. Some of them are made of metal. You know what? I think I will take Pyrophilia. We have enough injured mushrooms that I can see this really helping out. Why did you not get healed? Is it because you have a shield? Where are they getting shields from? Wait, Bright Flame heals, right? Doesn't do shields? Oh, it shields instead of damage. I thought for whatever reason it heals. Never mind, I'm giving them shields. All the better. Yeah, we should definitely be doing healing then. They're currently getting 5 a round. Well, let's really crank that up with Pyrophilia. Ooh, but that would be so nice. Alright, Starfire first, then Pyrophilia. Commenter on YouTube that suggested that we do mush boom runs. Getting a lot of value out of that one comment. I didn't think I would do 2 mush boom runs. But the fact that we have fire and poison was different enough. If I ever saw that goddamn glassy face staff, I know it's in the game, but like I never see it. If we would ever find one of those early on, I would love to do a glass mush boom run. Good luck down there, Drag. I'm just gonna keep making mushrooms. There we go. The Blaze Loom. Exploding Boots would be a fine addition. But again, I would really like to instead replace my cultist staff. Oh, I could just get another cultist staff. I guess that counts. Earth Meld, we heal if we stand still. We don't really need that at this point. More fire resistance. At this point, my mush booms just aren't blowing up next to me because we clear out of space. I feel like we found that sweet spot of like how to set up for the mush booms. Weak to holy, so they're gonna take how much damage? 130 something on the first cast. That's ooh, that's a little scary. They're gonna move really fast. Well done, queens. $32 physical damage. I just don't want to deal with those quickened bone shamblers. They're gonna overwhelm. You gotta give your mush booms plenty of mush room. Very good. I like it. Fire and Flame Weaver deals 100% of Eye of Fire damage, then 50% of its own damage is fire again. It should, if I remember that one right. What's the text on the Flame Weaver? You're welcome. All damage to enchantments redeal half as fire, then yes. It should definitely do that. Link. Take some traveler shoes. Might just take translocation boots for more range on blink. Why not? Shield some of my buddies. More shields for my friends. Alright, Mushbooms, you're gonna get a lot of shields before I let you leave. Might as well crank out a bunch more, though. Oh, this fight's already over. Bye. Yeah, I think Pyrophilia would be a nice grab here. We're giving them shields, and now they'll also have some more health. The Mantis Maker. Nope. Am I meant to spend portal keys as I get them? No. You can hold on to them for as long as you want. A portal key will generate 3 additional portals. The only rule I try to live by with portal keys is use them before you reroll. So if you see, like, you have 3 portals, and you're like, I don't like this one. I don't like this one. I don't like this one. You pop a portal key, gives you 3 more to look at. If one of those is good, you go with that. Otherwise, you re-roll and you get 6 to look at. Or 9, or 12, like however many keys you pop per floor. They're a nice way to, like, try to increase the odds you find stuff you want. The only rule, other than what I just said about popping them before re-rolls, would be, I don't use them on floors 1, 2, or 3, or 4. No, on 4 I do. I don't use them on the first 3 because floor 5 is the first floor you could find shrines. So I like looking for miniaturization and duplication shrines. They're incredibly powerful. Boop. So I typically save them to increase the odds I'll find those. Insanity Queen with Fleshbound, Fleshbound. Yeah, having one for floor 19 so you can reroll the 20th floor is nice. That way you can like, oh, I don't want to fight Ophan. Gives you another chance to not fight a boss you want to avoid. Troll-blooded bone shambler is a nice one, but I don't want anything that's nuts. That is not a mushroom. No, absolutely not. There we go. Nice wide open floor. But folks, weak. It's a holy. "16 shields, glass butterflies suck." Fleshbound Bone Wizard. Do want to take him out relatively soon. 3 casts to kill a Reaper. So if I'm here, that's 1 turn, 2 turns. Boop. I don't want to get touched by you. And who's coming out? Acers are coming out of the portals. Glass butterflies are coming out of the portals. Do want those to be taken out relatively fast as well. And Shrew, what a little bastard, man. I have 2 teleporters for long range. I have Blink ready. Now, if things don't work out well, we can just teleport away. Ooh, ooh. I got clarity. Let's get away from there. Probably should just grab the clock when I had the chance. There is nowhere safe, huh? Right here is largely safe. It's this guy that's making it look like we can't be safe anywhere. Just way down in this corner. Oh, come on! How did I kept on getting trapped in a little damage loop. Damn, I should have just healed when I had the chance. I had 5 potions. The greed I have in this game is too much. But I had clarity. I got frozen or stunned. I'm not sure what did it to me. Who was doing that? Glass butterflies? Can they do it? The greed consumes. Was it Shrew? Was Shrew somehow doing it to me? Once again, I cannot look at the log. I really do want the log to be accessible. After 100% it was Shrew. I was so, oh, you know what? Yeah. I was more curious about how I died at the end there, but I'm pretty sure it was Shrew. Because we have our cloak probably hit Shrew, which knocked me out for a turn. Or 2 turns? Shrew's 2 turns. Damn. Like, when I was, like, checking the damage radius of things, and, like, saying, like, I should be okay, I was not taking into account that Shrew would stun me if my cloak happened to hit Shrew. I can confirm that real fast in the log, but I have to go into the files to find it. Oh! I think I got my daily hello from that person I was talking about. Do-do-do-do. Nope, sorry, I got distracted. Hold on. I'm looking for the log file. Discord messages were waiting for me. Drive X, Steam library, Steam apps, common, Rift Wizard 2, saves. Scroll down to the 800s. Log. Tell them hi from us. Combat log. All right, let's see here. Lich allies equal good, it seems. Yes, Slime and Lich are very strong ally types. Also immortal. Wizard is stunned. That was turn 13. Turn 12, Wizard is stunned. Turn 11, I use teleporter. Yep. We happened to hit Shrew. That's how Wizard got stunned. Come on. Well, all the same, that was a fun run regardless. Despite the fact that Hubris took me when I had 5 health potions at the end. Could have just healed. Would have been nice to have a key at that point. But I think we got a good build going. If you want to like put together a red cappy experience, you want to summon exploding mushrooms. I think Flame Burst is the way. You clear a little section out and you start summoning them. 0 spell point Menagerous was finally bested. Love to see you try it sometime. Spend no spell points on Menagerous, sure. Did you take any skills, or are you just like you spent no spell points at all? Menagerous is a fun one. Yeah. Get 78 spell points at the end? Nice. Skills would make it too easy. Gotcha, gotcha. So Shrew, unfortunately, caused me to get stunned for 2 turns, which was more than enough time for Acers to get in range to do their lightning bolts. Bummer. Just a bummer. I tried Menagerous. I thought it was way too hard. Menagerous, as you get better at the game, you get better at the game. I know that's a useless sentence, but Menagerous is hard right up until you get a feel for like what kind of pets are really strong, which ones are going to pull a lot of aggro, which ones will keep you safe, and which ones to avoid. And definitely, like, if you're just trying to beat it, spend your spell points. Like, there's a lot of really good spells you could do. A lot of enchantments. Like, just focus on enchantments. And obviously skills as well. But my advice for, like, I'm trying to learn the game and I want to get better is in Archmage Trials, limited spellbook and improviser will help you learn how to, like, mix and match different spells you normally would avoid. It reduces the pool down instead of looking at the entire spellbook and the entire skill book and being a little overwhelmed. It brings them down into focus. Same thing with all the Mancer Trials. It'll hone you into, like, just using lightning, just using fire, and getting a feel for how they can combine. Wander's nice for exploring different spells intimately. And also doing custom runs. Custom runs are also very helpful. Trying the Pyromancer, we talked up Fireball. With fire, with the skills especially, you could really do some fun stuff. I'm all about exploring spells intimately. What's going on, Super Hobbit? I know our Canadian counterparts are out of commission, it seems like. They're doing their holiday. Yes, that's what I meant, my dude. But I know Abe Clancy is desperate to play Night Rain, so if you want to do some co-stream stuff, we could probably lure him in.